Good morning, Griffins. Today is Friday, September 10th.
On today's show, we are honoring those who were lost on 9/11.
Culinary is coming together to make amazing food.
Student athletes are taking it to the next level.
The art department is fostering a positive atmosphere.
And Sensations Leadership is working to create a positive team environment.
I'm Jocelyn Pritchard.
And I'm Tyra Gray. And the legend starts right now.
The anniversary of the horrific attack on the World Trade Center is coming up, and the effects of such an event are still being felt 2 decades later.
Legend reporter Spencer Cleary has the story.
Terrorists used hijacked airliners to kill Americans on this September 11th, 2001.
Tomorrow will mark 20 years since the tragic events of 9/11. Many across the country can recall the exact moment they found out about the awful news, their feelings, and their uncertainty as to what to do next. Certain high school and even college students were either not born or too young to remember this day. Regardless, it continues to unify the people of America every year.
I think 9/11 was a huge event, so I love using it, especially for AP Lang, because it's a perfect opportunity to focus on audience of the day and what everyone was going through, since none of the students have lived through it.
I think it's good for people your age to know of a time where, we were attacked.
When everyone was in a comfortable space, it kind of just made us all feel uncomfortable, and it was shocking, and it was the least expected thing, and no one knew danger like that, and it made you look over your shoulder, it made you look up at the sky. Is this going to happen everywhere? We're not used to feeling like that, and that day kind of made you feel like that for a moment.
I was at work in a hospital in New York. It was awful because we were told we couldn't go home. So my daughter was born, and she was 10 months old. And I couldn't get to her because we were on lockdown and we were preparing for the victims. And so the halls were full of stretchers, and we were just waiting, and they never came.
Immediate reaction was everyone was together, everyone's pride for their country, flags up everywhere, everyone's go USA, we need to take these people down for doing this to us.
We were Team America, and now it's, as you know, it's divided, and I think that it's very sad the way the world is today, because we should all be first human and second American.
It is important to continue to never forget our history, despite its sometimes painful reminders. Through the pain arises hope and community, both of which are significant ideals for generations to come.
This is Spencer Cleary from The Legend.
Cooking up inside Sickles High School, the culinary team is known to be one of the hardest working programs that the school has.
Their teamwork dynamic is their biggest ingredient to success.
Ethan Fennu serves up the story.
Everyone has a job, and everyone's sort of working. No one's ever just kind of sitting around unless there's nothing much else to do. Everyone's working together.
Culinary exemplifies teamwork with bonding that brings their understanding of working in a kitchen to a different level.
The longer you work alongside these people, you start to see everyone's skills, you start to see everyone's strengths, where people thrive in the kitchen and where they don't necessarily do that. Learning each and everybody's talents and aspects that contribute to the overall picture is really important. And so when we get that close of a bond, learning everyone's mannerisms and things like that, it makes the kitchen run a lot smoother, a lot more tight-knit, and the product that we push out is a lot better.
It's nice having people to rely on, especially in environments where maybe you don't really feel included, or sometimes you might feel like things are against you at times. So having a strong support system is really important to me.
We all have our strengths and we all have our weaknesses. And so we learn how to balance that.
It's a sense of structure, and it's also just a sense of togetherness and teamwork and just a friendly work environment.
I've met a bunch of people. They all played a big part in my life, but also everyone else in the program.
We put our heart and soul into the food, and we give it to the students and hope for the best.
There is a sense of teamwork among the culinary team. Their mutual strive to achieve collective goal is what makes them great. For The Legend, I am Ethan Fennu.
Sports can be a serious business. Student athletes are looking at ways to make their mark and find their way to a professional career.
Oriana Ramos tells us why club sports are becoming more and more important to student athletes.
Everybody knows and loves high school sports, yet club sports are what seem to be getting the attention of colleges.
The high competitive nature of club soccer nowadays It's mostly you're there to get college exposure.
Club sports require more dedication and longer seasons. Therefore, they tend to have more connections with colleges.
In club, a lot of college coaches come to see you in tournaments because you can text them and say, hey, we're at this tournament in Atlanta. And in high school, it's hard because they want to see you more with your club team than their high school team, since it's more competitive in club.
Training for your club, the coaches want you to put in the hard work a lot because it's a long season.
They'll certainly get more exposure with the club soccer. With high school soccer, we're a little limited.
While club sports get more college exposure, athletes continue to play both to get as much experience as possible.
High school is more of a team since we practice every day together a lot.
If I keep playing for both teams, I feel like I will get more prepared.
It seems like the new high school experience for these athletes is to do club sports for college opportunities. Reporting for Legend, I'm Mariana Ramos.
Many Sickles students have a passion for art.
Luckily, our art department is here to welcome you into their loving community.
Sarah Gonzalez has the story.
As everyone started to get comfortable with one another and realize it's a safe space, they come in, they are friends with one another, and that's the community I want to make.
The Sickles Art Program has devoted countless hours to not only creating beautiful artwork, but creating a classroom that encourages collaboration and teamwork.
Can feel like they can voice their own opinion and it's heard. And that's really important in the art world.
With their peers, during critiques and things like that, we build that culture up so they're comfortable, learning from each other and giving each other advice, and that's what makes them better artists.
The Sickles art teachers have found that the best way to create a community is to build a good classroom culture, and they do this with critiques.
I learned that when someone gives you a critique, it's not a negative thing, it's they're trying to help you improve. One of my paintings, because of other people's influence, got put in the Tampa Art Museum.
The art teachers' close bond with one another helps them to build a community beyond their own individual classrooms.
We really worked well together and really we work positively with the students, and together the kids can tell that we really plan together and create positive atmospheres for kids to learn about art.
They'll cover each other, if someone's out, or we'll take in other classes and help them out. And the teachers you can really tell they care about their students.
Everyone's super helpful, and it's just really nice that everyone cares.
With talented students and a dedicated staff, the Sickles Art Program has become a community where growth, self-expression, and friendships flourish. Reporting for The Legend, I'm Sarah Gonzalez.
With a new year, the Sensations have progressed the efforts of leadership within the team.
Olivia Stroud dove into how leadership influences the team as a whole and how it affects them as an individual.
5, 6, 7, 8.
With the start of a new school year and new styles of leadership, we took a look at how influential and effective the leadership is for the team for the following season ahead.
As a leader, I think my biggest thing is being a good role model for these kids. Being an alumni of this program has really taught me what it is to be a leader, and I'm able to instill the things that I learned from this school into the students of today.
I pretty much manage the team and making sure they all know their accounts and how it all goes smoothly. Also making sure that they pay attention and they're confident in their work rather than not being shy and asking them. When I have to say something, I say it, but I do feel bad afterwards because I don't want them to think that I'm a mean person. Rather than, I want them to feel comfortable to ask me something.
The captains, even though some may be strict, I think it's important that they are, because that way we can keep in line and make sure we do everything right. So they've all just been really great so far.
I like to hear feedback from them to see if there's something wrong I'm doing or they like a different way that I teach, something to approach them better rather than just approaching it the way I want to. So they have a better understanding.
So if I have any problems or any misunderstandings, I can go up to any of the captains. They tell us we can just text them, send them a message, or just personally talk to them.
I continue to grow as a leader from my peers. I think Mr. Griffiths has been a huge role for me. He's really taught me everything that I need to know. Being here at Sickles, it's a way bigger program than what it was when I was here. I also have other peers that I've taught with at other schools that have really taught me in this journey.
With the good group of leadership the Sensations have, it's bound to be a great school year for the team. Reporting for The Legend, I'm Olivia Stroud. Thanks for watching, Griffins.
Be sure to check out Solar Flare, a new podcast where you can learn more about the Five Nights at Freddy's VHS tapes with Orion Boone and King Hansen.
While you're there, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Sickles TV.
And Twitter at Sickles_TV.
And remember, have a great day
and make good choices.